It's very important to spend the time making meaningful stuff.
Ask Gleb podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome to the new episode of Ask Gleb podcast. Thank you for your questions and I'm so excited to talk to you to answer your questions.
Cinecat Pro asks, I didn't have much time to do projects these days, only a couple hours in the evening. How can I still finish a portfolio? And by the way, a little plug here, everybody type Cinecat Pro in the YouTube search and you will find amazing videos about physically based shading.
And that's a great question because I understand how hard it is to finish a portfolio. It took me a long time to realize how lazy I am and trying to not complain that I have not enough time. If you spend your time not playing computer games, not watching a StarCraft replays as I do, you probably will free enough time to just finish 1 or 2 or maybe 5 artworks to put in your portfolio. Because honestly, you don't need many artworks to start having some impact. It's my observation, you need just 5. Not so many, just 5 decent artworks, but the key word is decent. And throw away all the trash, all your tests and preview renders and all that crap. It will showcase your ability to do computer graphics much better than having some kind of bloated portfolio of 10, 20, 30 artworks that are mediocre. And what do I mean by saying great artworks? It can be very minimalist, but if you know what you're doing and basically look at people's portfolio, it's completely possible to keep your style minimalist, to use duplication, to use arrays, to use copy-paste, to reuse stuff from your previous tests and still get very nice results.
But oh my goodness, try not to think about that. People has been producing a daily artwork for 9 years already. That's insane.
One more very practical tip. Go to beeplecrap.com. Just pick pictures by Beeple and analyze what makes them look cool and what tricks he uses to save some time, what kind of duplicated stuff he uses, how he separates the object from the background in a very clever way, what post-production tricks he uses. Just try to reverse engineer his stuff. Use post-production because you don't have to do everything in 3D. What matters in the end, whether it looks cool or not, and nobody cares how it was made. So I would recommend you to stop complaining and start making your own time. Even if you have a few hours in the evening, you still can finish a lot if you put these efforts to make something, not to procrastinate, basically. You know what I mean. Another thing that I want to discuss is that set realistic goals. If your time budget is limited, I don't believe in it, but if it is indeed very limited due to some life situation or your day job takes all the time or you're studying at the university, try to set realistic expectations and realistic goals to your render. For example, you can save some time by creating a 2D background and just put the efforts in making just one model, for example a car, and place it in the lower half of the screen, and the rest will be just matte painting. There are many ways to save time while you're doing 3D work. It shouldn't be all made in Blender. For example, if you're working in Blender, there are all kind of things that you can do to save time. Just investigate it. Google low poly art, Google arrays, copy paste. Try to base your ideas on the ideas of other people. That's all right. We all steal our ideas. We all live in a cultural background. Just you can take the idea and add your own twist to it. Don't try to make some epic stuff if you don't have time for it. Set realistic expectations. And to sum it up, I want to say this. You need just a few artworks. 5 will be enough. Make sure that these 5 artworks are your best ones and you're good to go. It's based on my own experience. Try to keep it minimal. Try to stick to realistic goals and set your expectations accordingly. use time savers like duplication, like copy paste, like 2D stuff integrated into 3D scene. Use a smart compositions that minimizes the amount of work that you do. The more time you spend on drawing a sketch, the less time you will spend ultimately on creating a 3D model. So spend some time in pre-production. It will pay off. I guarantee it. Share your work online. You will get feedback and it will allow you to improve. So once again, thank you so much for your question. I appreciate it. And I believe that it's very important to everybody to just make portfolio, and we will continue discussing it on Ask Gleb podcast. So feel free to ask your questions on Twitter using Ask Gleb hashtag, and I will answer them in the podcast. It was Gleb Alexandrov for CreativeShrink.com, the place where artists learn to create weird computer graphics. See you next time. Take care. Thank you so much. Drink more coffee. And we will change the world of computer graphics. Hmm?